हेलो गाइस, स्वागत है आपका कंटेंट मॉन्स्टर्स के एक और एपिसोड में। और आज के इस एपिसोड में हम रिव्यू कर रहे हैं फिल्म घूमर का।
लॉजिकली एक हाथ से कोई देश के लिए खेल सकता है,
जो कि हाल ही में रिलीज हुई है थिएटर्स में। और इसके मुख्य कलाकार हैं अभिषेक बच्चन, सयामी खेर, अंगद बेदी, इवांका दास, शबाना आजमी, शिवेंद्र सिंह डूंगरपुर, पद्मनाभत बिंड और अमिताभ बच्चन एक कैमियो रोल में। इसे डायरेक्ट किया है आर बाल्की ने, जो कि कई फिल्में पहले भी डायरेक्ट कर चुके हैं अमिताभ और अभिषेक बच्चन के साथ, जैसे कि चीनी कंपा और वन ऑफ द टॉप एडवर्टाइजिंग फिल्म मेकर्स रह चुके हैं। घूमर से इस वजह से कुछ उम्मीदें थी। ट्रेलर भी काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग लग रहा था दैट दिस कुड बी अ वेरी inspirational, motivational film. And while I'll say the film has its heart in the right place, I will still say it's a huge disappointment. One expected a lot more from R. Balki, जो इस फिल्म में है नहीं। क्या खामियां हैं इस फिल्म की, क्या प्रॉब्लम है इस फिल्म में जो आपको लगता है एज एन ऑडियंस? वेल, प्राइमरली आई थिंक इट लैक्स फिनेस, इट लैक्स डेप्थ। वो जो लगना चाहिए एम्पैथी, वो जो एक ऑडियंस का इन्वॉल्वमेंट होना चाहिए इस तरह की मोटिवेशनल फिल्म के साथ,
अनी सिलेक्ट हो गई चाचा जी इंडियन टीम में,
वो इन्वॉल्वमेंट हो ही नहीं पाता। बिकॉज एट अ वेरी सुपरफिशियल लेवल सब कुछ हो रहा है। ऑल्सो द फैक्ट दैट एक एक्सीडेंट या डिसेबिलिटी से उभर कर एक प्लेयर इस तरह से, जिसका एक हाथ नहीं है, मेहनत करके एक टीम स्पोर्ट खेलता है, वो द टीम फैक्टर जस्ट डजंट कम आउट। इट्स ऑल अबाउट द इंडिविजुअल और किस तरह से एक आदमी ने और एक इंडिविजुअल ने मिल के ये मिरेकल पॉसिबल कराया। सो दैट टू मी इज अ ह्यूज लेट डाउन. The second problem with the film is the support cast, whether it is the father of the protagonist played by Sayami Khair, whether it is the brothers of Sayami Khair, whether it is the officials at the Cricket Control of India, whether it's her past coach. None of them are good, strong characters. These are all very poor actors who have been selected. The casting is clearly not good, and that also hampers the film in a big way, because some of these roles, especially Sayami Khair's father's role, needed someone who's a good actor, और वो नहीं नज़र आ रहा। काफ़ी नौसिखिए से एक्टर्स चूज़ किए गए हैं, and that also goes a long way in pulling the film down. Third, I think the dialogues.
Hi, Anina.
लेफ्ट हियर।
It's very rudimentary, very amateurishly written dialogues. A film like this, which is high on inspiration, high on motivation, which has conclusion like the one it does, you expected a certain depth and gravitas in the dialogues also. वैसा कुछ नहीं है। dialogues again बहुत ही कमज़ोर है, और वो भी इस फिल्म को let down करता है। चौथी बात, I think there is an extreme element of suspension of disbelief. एक हद तक ये ओके है। I mean, you can understand if the protagonist in question achieving things that are actually impossible, you kind of don't connect with it. I mean, let me give you an example of a sports film where it seemed like close to impossible but was achieved. Like, for instance, Chak De. The Indian hockey team shown in the film is not a great team. I mean, it's not a great team to start with. It has a bunch of talented individuals, but when pitted against teams like Germany, Australia, it falls short because it's not a great team. The players don't know how to play well as a team. But वहाँ पे कोच की भूमिका की अहमियत है, and you can understand how the process happened and how they all came together and beat the stronger teams. It is close to impossible, but it's not impossible what they achieve in that film. Also, the team factor was given a lot of importance in Chak De India. Here, that's not the case. A player who's primarily a batter, I mean, Sayami Khair's character is a batter to start with. She's never bowled in her life. After a freak accident, when she loses her arm, she actually becomes a spinner, and that too a left-handed spinner. And the left arm is not her stronger arm. She is a right-handed batter. For her to become a left-arm spinner within a period of 8 to 10 months is something impossible. It is not close to impossible. It is impossible. As someone who understands cricket, who's seen a lot of cricket, who consumes a lot of cricket, I find it highly implausible that a player who's primarily been a batter becomes a bowler suddenly. ये बात ही आपको हजम नहीं होती. And then to top it all, when she eventually does end up realizing the dream of playing for her country. And when she's playing her first match now, as a bowler, she ends up taking 5 wickets. Even the winning runs are smacked by her with one hand. Now, again, this is just too much. How can one player in her first match do all of this in a sport which is primarily a team sport? Like I said, the biggest strength of Chak De India is that it dialed up the team quotient. And cricket being such a team game, to dial down the team quotient is such a wrong thing to do. So, like I said, complete suspension of disbelief. And that's not what you expect in an inspirational or supposedly motivational film. Then it's not motivation, then it's fairy tale, then it's magic. And magic is not what one was looking for in a film like this. So that for me is one of the biggest letdowns of this film. And lastly, there is a small twist in the end. I'll not reveal the spoils, but that goes a long way also in undermining all that has happened a bit in the past in the film. So these are some huge flaws that are there in the film. And lastly, Amitabh Bachchan being used in a cameo role. I know R. Balki considers Amitabh Bachchan as lucky charm and he always wants to find a way to fit him in. Here, that 5-7 minute role that Amitabh Bachchan has as a commentator is highly cringeworthy. It is shocking to see Amitabh ham his way during those 7 minutes, because I feel it's really quite a task to get someone like Amitabh Bachchan to ham in a role, but R. Balki has succeeded in doing that as well. So to me, this film is a letdown on all possible counts. What works, if at all anything works, to me, one, the length. It's only 2 hours long, and that's good because it kind of ensures that the boredom doesn't extend for too long. Anyways, it's not a great film to start with. And secondly, I think Abhishek's character, the way it's written and the way he's performed, are the redeeming features of this film. Abhishek has done a fairly good job in the film, and only whenever he's up there on the screen is when you feel like watching this film or when you enjoy this film. Otherwise, it's mostly a very dull and a drab affair. That one particular moment where Abhishek Bachchan talks about logic and magic and how magic can make that difference in a sports person's life is what truly, to me, defines his character and explains why he behaves the way he does. But apart from these two things, I think this film is a letdown all the way. One expected more out of Sayami Khair also, but her performance is fairly average, below par. She seems fairly cold for the most part, and she's been thrust with those unnecessary woke ideals which are not even making any sense or relevance in a film like this. Even Angad Bedi's childhood romantic track with Sayami Khair is a huge letdown. I think it's unnecessary, not needed in a film like this, and that's why Angad Bedi is also wasted in his role, and so is Shabana Azmi as that doting grandmother who wants Sayami Khair's character to do well. Unfortunately, she's also saddled with a below par role and some very average dialogues which don't do justice to an artist of her caliber. All in all, I'd say a very, very disappointing fare. I'd give this film a rating of 3.5 on 10. I'm a bit surprised that some reviews actually went gaga over a film like this. To me, it was an extremely disappointing affair. If you've seen the film, do let us know what you think of it in the comment section below. अगर आपको हमारा रिव्यू पसंद आया हो तो ज़रूर हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और आते रहिए ऐसे ढेर सारे रिव्यूज़ के लिए. We'll see you soon. Thank you.